Efforts to protect an endangered species are impacting work to keep Okanagan beaches weed-free. Invasive milfoil is regularly harvested from local lakes, especially in areas popular with visitors and locals. But the discovery of small mussels on the lake bottom means some beachgoers could encounter a lot more weeds in the future. Megan Takata reports.
So this is an example of a Rocky Mountain ridged mussel shell.
This endangered species is native to the Okanagan. Small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, it can be hard for even trained biologists to spot on the lake floor.
When they are actually in the lake, they embed themselves in the gravel and in the substrate, and so you would only really see maybe this much of the mussel.
They may be small, but the effort to protect them could have a big impact on your experience at Okanagan beaches. It has to do with the Okanagan Basin Water Board's efforts to control invasive milfoil. The weed is harvested in the summer and rototilled in the winter, a process that can impact the mussels.
The Rocky Mountain ridged mussel is a native species and it's now considered at risk or endangered. And so there have been increasing regulations put on it. Where we've been rototilling historically for about 40 years, if there's been a single specimen of the species found, there's now a 100-meter buffer zone around that single mussel.
The Water Board says this winter the province has dramatically increased the areas where the Water Board isn't allowed to rototill.
So the primary beach we're concerned about right now is Kin Beach in Vernon. 5 years ago, when the mussel was first starting to be regulated, they made us stop rototilling in about half of Kin Beach, but now it's extended to the whole length of the beach. So this winter it's received no rototilling.
If the Water Board continues to be restricted from rototilling here, it expects the milfoil growth at the beach will become thick over the years.
It'll be quite a nuisance. People tend to panic when they get into the weeds. It also encourages waterfowl to come, Canada geese in particular, and so it can decrease water quality and it just won't be a pleasant experience.
And the Water Board isn't sure whether the mussels can even thrive in a thicket of milfoil.
The province and the federal government, as far as I know, don't have any research suggesting that mussels can even survive in a thick milfoil bed, because other mussels can't survive in low oxygen environments, and one of the effects of thick milfoil beds is to create low oxygen environments at the bottom of the lake.
New provincial guidelines for local rototilling are expected in the coming weeks, but the board is concerned restricted areas will only increase over time as more mussels are found. Megan Turcato, Global News, Vernon.